Okay, I don't know if I need to do a video on this, but I just thought I would. Just because of how important it is. The first most important thing in the keep development is the keep development. So all the buildings inside your keep. Hello, red Wi-Fi. Why? Why you do this? Why have you done this to me? The most important thing for your keep development is your keep development, all the buildings, getting them up to the levels they need to be at to get shit done. The second most important thing is research. This is where most of your buffs are going to come from, most of your progress. It's super important. These first 3 trees, Okay, I understand. You hate me. You want me to die. I get it. Please stop doing that. Don't know why the red Wi-Fi is playing up right now, but that's okay. So, advancement. Possibly the best tree, the most important tree you want to get out of the way first. Allows you to build 2 more building slots. I don't even remember this. That's so important. See how you have 3 building having multiple buildings on the go. I didn't even. It's literally the first node you get, so I didn't even realize how important that is. That's why it's got the thumbs up. You definitely want that. Then after that, increase hourly production for the city sawmills. Very nice. Construction speed, very nice. Gathering outside, gathering march speed, not as important, but you know. Research speeds, you want to get this out of the way before you start doing all the other research, because otherwise it's going to eat up all your research speeds. You're not going to get as much done, even if you're super rich in all the gold in the world. You can't do the research and you got red Wi-Fi and it hates you, then you can't get anything done, obviously. Stupid. Oh, man. Okay, and once again, thumbs up, very important, very nice. Fast construction speed, 70%. Oh, my wall is like 1,000 days. So, without this, would that be like 3,000 days? Like, well, I don't even want to have to think about that. Fast logistics, increases troop load for gathering, very nice. Amount of gold you can levy from the keep, very nice. If you gather gems, very nice. Protects resources from getting consumed. You definitely want this. You want Sajar on your wall to protect your food. Very nice. More research speed. Nice. And more construction speed. 100%. It's 170% construction speed. You definitely want this. You want the first tree. But most of you will be past this already. But before you'll get down to here, because this doesn't say now because I've mastered it and I've done all that. It would have said something like get up to keep 20 or something, prerequisite to do this one. And there would have been other things happening in your keep that it was telling you to do. So while you're doing advancement, you also would have been trying to get down the military tree to get this one, the march slot, to get the extra march slot. And that's what you'd be pushing for at the same time as doing your advancement. You'd be, there we go, another march slot here. I believe that's it. I believe the next march slot. No, there is another one in here. Okay, so you actually get 3 March slots from the military tree, so that's very nice. And then I think I got my last March slot from advanced military. Let's have a look. Where are you? No. Yes. This will be the 6th March slot, but you don't worry about that right now. So you do the advancement. Then I would say you would do the military tree, because you want to get the March slots. Because that's not just for fighting, you know, you got to extra gather, you got an extra relic march out. Very important. See, ticked. Thumbs up, I mean, you want that. You want march speed to monsters, very helpful. March size increases. That doesn't really matter. We train on our gold sub anyway. Training speed. March speed. March size. So you want all these together. There's also the buffs to the troops. This is where a lot of your troop defense 40%. That's 40% to all your troops. 40% buffs. When we're talking about buffs, like in the mail, when we've got an attack or something. Battlefield, no, I have nothing. Okay, that sucks. When you're looking at the buffs, this is what it's talking about. It's talking about having these, not the singles. Not the singles. What's this? Okay. Attack increases troops attack when they are attacking 40%. That's in the March buffs. The increased single attack is when you go into here and you look. You look at their stats and you'll see that's green. It's been increased. That's that. The single troop one. So I'm in my advanced military tree. I'm doing some as well. I'll be increasing the flat attack, defense, HP, and load, I guess, of my T1s. That's what that single troop attack, single troop stats is talking about. That's not very important in the early game, but it will become important for the mounted wall. Increase march size by 100%. I'm not sure how these percentages work, because it's not 100%. It's 100% of the potential buff or whatever. It's not 100% of the current march you have now, otherwise it would be in the hundreds of millions. There's some way that the game works that out. Then the defense tree. This is the third one you want. Wall HP, so that's how many hits you can take before you get force ported, you know, when you're on fire. Defending attack, healing faster, keeping your resources safe, traps, archer tower, building traps, crafting, general revival if you have generals die a lot, more traps, more archer tower, hospital capacity, healing speed, the cost of healing. Like, these are all very important. If you've ever lost troops and you've had to heal them, you know how expensive it can get. Troop upkeep, defending trap, troop upkeep, in-city buffs, and then I did these three, and then I wanted because I was already K35, I wanted these buffs. So this is what I've been working on. But I have gone through, and whenever my academy levels up, I go all the way down the tree as far as I can go right now at my level. They can all go down to the bottom except I believe this one. Yeah. This one, it cannot make it past this. Yeah. K36. Need K36, I need Academy 36 in the last tree. But the rest of them, I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom of all the other trees. I have at least some points in them. 130 million is so expensive to get a 1%. Each subsidy increases troop attack. And I have 8 or 9 subsidies, so that's actually 27% increased troop attack. Okay, so it's worth the money, it's worth the gold, but it is a lot of gold at the moment. I'm not sure, this would be a Max Mrs. P Brit kind of question, what the next most important tree would be out of them. I am assuming it's this one, because you get the 6 March slot, you get extra troop buffs, defense buffs, attack buffs, HP buffs, you get march size, you get training. These are the things that I'm worried about. But yeah, in terms of importance, I'm not really sure. The only other thing that I would say is in the Alliance one, when you have like a Queen Jindyuk who gives extra buffs, extra returns from gathering. These are who so I know some people use these relics, but they're irrelevant now. In here you have Alliance mining, so increase gathering speed of the Alliance mine. So if you have Queen Jindyuk in the Alliance mine, this makes it go faster, and then this makes it get extra resources, and then I believe there's another one. This is more speed. No, that was just it, more speed. And a relevant mysterious relic. So you can make her faster, and you can make her gain more bonus resources from it. So this is the other one. The other tree I'd go down, and I'd max out those. I haven't done these because we haven't started using the other ones yet. But whichever one we're using is the one you want to max out. The other thing as well is, see there, for the second level of this, I can get a wall. Why not? Don't even care. 31 million. In other ones, yeah, see, 500,000 for the 9th level. Some of these are very, very expensive. Insanely, ridiculously expensive. But yeah, this is the research trees. As long as you get these first 3 going, you're underway, and then you start working, chipping away at these ones. It seems to be that lots of people are able to get a lot of gold. It seems more gold than I've ever had, although my tree is probably further along, but it doesn't feel like I get as much gold as everyone else. Probably because I put it all into this. This is nearly completed. But this research and the buffs that you get for the research and more wall HP, these buffs are the foundation of your game. You have later buffs like what's a good example? Let's say you got in the shrine and you're shrine 45 regent, fully regent, shrine 45, you've got all these buffs. If you don't have the defense, these buffs are adding to nothing. You just, It's like having, you know, like icing on a cake, but there's no cake. You just iced your table. Yeah, icing is nice, but it's not the same. It's not going to give the same impact as icing on a cake would. The research, the building, getting your keep level up to high as you can. I haven't actually looked at these. And getting your buildings up and the research, that's the cake. This is the bulk of your buffs. This is the stable foundation of your buffs. This is going to give you everything you need. All the other little buffs you're going to get around the place, they are icing. And it's going to be a lot of icing, because I know some people are, I've seen, at the moment we're facing people with about 1,000% buffs. We have faced some with 2,000% buffs, like Deadpool, who stomped me into the ground, but he also was able to stomp Moon into the ground. 2,000 buffs are insanely powerful. I know there's people with 4,000% buffs. I've seen people with 7,000 and 8,000% buffs. Not on everything, but like on very specific, like ground attack or ground defense. I've seen 7,000 and 8,000% buffs. So there's a lot of buffs to be had, but without the base buffs, without the starter stuff, they're not going to mean a lot. You can pay as much money as you want. You can pad your stats as much as you want. But if your troops are not... See, let's take this. Maybe not armor. What about HP? Do we have HP? Single mounted troop HP. 100%. Say you had 1,000% mounted troop HP buffs. If your mounted troop, say it had 100 HP, 1,000 to that is 10. What's that? 100,000 HP. That doesn't work out like that, but let's say for math's sake, it's 100,000. If you had this on it, the increased single mounted attack, mounted HP, that same mounted would go from 100 HP to 200 HP, and then would have double the mounted troop HP of someone who didn't have this. You see what I mean? So with this foundation, you've got double what that other person has, and you've got double on ground HP, range HP, siege HP, defense, attack, march speed, march size. So you could buy all the fancy skins and ideal lands and all those things that give percentage buffs, but if the number that they're adding their percent to is low, it's going to be a lower buff than if it was higher. You need the base stats increased to get these buffs to mean anything. That's why Max and Mrs. P and Brit and Wicking and Flammer and all the veterans who have played this game before, they'll tell you building and research, building and research. I hope you understand why. It's very important. And yeah, enjoy.